Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 2025 and another part of our My Team career mode with Toyota. Today we are back with the Singapore Grand Prix, and I guarantee things are going to go a hell of a lot better. Our title sponsor wants us to trial their AI-based workforce. It could optimize operations, but may disrupt workload. So we're going to go for powertrain and durability. Just to see how that goes. But yeah, it's not been a good 3 races for us. I'm excited to see if we can get on quite well here.
Because they finished research. Let's get that in motion.
What's this going to be?
Head to engineering for more info.
That's fine. Quick look to engineering. Yeah, simulation software upgrade is done. One thing that I do want to do is go for the development expansion for the powertrain. That will work well. Quick look at development. I don't think... oh, yes, we do have slots available now. Perfect. So let's get these going. That's fine. Yeah, I need to go with that again. That's fine. Those are done. Yeah, let's get that dual upgrade done. And yeah, well, you know, we're just continually developing the car, making sure that we're in a good place with that. You know, if we look at our upgrades, okay, we're now the 5th best team. Ferrari have gone ahead of us, McLaren, Mercedes, and Red Bull, but we tried our best with it all, and I think we can be happy about that. Quick look at the driver market then, to see if the driver upgrades have happened. There you go, Lewis Hamilton up to 90 there, George Russell 92 these days, which is great. Nico Hülkenberg 86. Looking forward to driving with Nico Hülkenberg again. That is going to be very, very exciting. But for the Singapore Grand Prix, I am thinking let's go softer with our tyres, which would be a little bit crazy, but we are going to go softer with it. We're going to go to race weekend, and this time we are going to go with Zach O'Sullivan like we did last time. Now, see you guys for qualifying.
As night falls in Singapore, the track starts to warm up, and it'll be red hot by the time we find out who's on pole for tomorrow's race. Time to set the grid then. Welcome along to qualifying here in Singapore.
Well, coming up to the final couple of corners here on our Q1 run, and wow, look at that. We cut the corner. Honestly, everything at the minute is just made a little bit more difficult than it has to be. We're a second quicker there, but I don't have enough fuel to do a second lap here, so that's a bit of a disaster. We can see where that would have put us. We were second quicker than Hadja, was it? So 130.7, which would put us about 14th for now. Yeah, very annoying. But yeah, gonna have to use another set of tyres. But yeah, just feel like we're making life very, very difficult for ourselves at the moment, and it is just a bit of a rut that we've got ourselves into. But we head out there on a brand new set of boots, and let's take it on a lap of Singapore and see if we can make it through into Q2. We're going to use up our ERS. Just make sure that we get through here. Quite nice, wasn't it? A burst of...
I'm afraid we've dropped to P22. P22.
And now, here we go. Up to 60%. Already about a tenth of a second up on where we were, but we've got to be careful. Got to keep it within track limits as well. Wasn't the best there, was it? But we're 0.2 of a second up as it stands. Little catch of the wall there. But we're okay, just sort of banged the wheels against the wall. Lost a good half a second there, really. This isn't good. That's the RS on here. This is the key part of the lap where we need to make sure we do not track extend at all. And here we come then. Round the final corner. Up to the line. Is it enough to get through? Only 13th. Okay, it was a safe lap, but not fantastic from us. Be interesting to see where Colapinto is in all of that. We're faster than Colapinto, but a long way off the Red Bulls and co. But we are quicker than Colapinto, so it looks like we're extracting the maximum we can from the car at the moment. Well, here we come round the final corner, then up to the line. So 130.9 puts us P14 for now. That was on scrub tyres, but still not convincing that we can do very well here. I mean, we should be 1.4 seconds quicker than that, in theory. That would put us on about a 129.5, which would be enough, but am I convinced that we can do that? I'm not sure, you know. Well, here we come. Up to the line then. 0.7 quicker. It's not enough. That is only going to be enough for 14th. Just behind our teammate Colapinto. Yeah, a little bit of oversteer around the final corner, but genuinely I don't think there was a lot more in that car. But you can see there, I mean, you know, Lando Norris, he's in the drop zone as well. But yeah, our pace is nowhere near the front runners, so it's going to be very tough to score points, but we will give it our best shot and try and do it with a little bit of strategy, perhaps.
Marina Bay hosted a Grand Prix that briefly ran in the 60s and 70s, but the Garden City re-entered the calendar for good in 2008. We missed it for a couple of years, but it was great to come back to the Singapore Grand Prix. And here's our track, 4.94 kilometers long, and overtaking chances into the first corner, into turn 14 at the end of the Esplanade, and now into turn 16 in the newly reprofiled sector that we first ran on in 2023. Still though, it's punishing and tough on the brakes, and the heat and humidity will take an effect on our drivers. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Tsunoda, Oscar Piastri, and Hamilton, Antonelli, Gasly, Albon, and Carlos Sainz, Doohan, Colapinto, Lando Norris, and O'Sullivan, Ocon, Bortoletto, Fernando Alonso, and Isaac Hadjar, Hülkenberg, Lawson, Stroll, and Ollie Behrman rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me, bringing glamour and expertise to our commentary today, Naomi Schiff. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
It is certainly an interesting time in this set of regulations because, as you know, when a new set of regulations come out, everything changes and you always wonder who's got it right. Well, we know that Red Bull are the ones who really got it right the last couple of years. But now you can see the rest of the grid slowly start to catch up. And there's really only so much left for Red Bull to get out of these regulations. So it is interesting, and the pack are catching up.
Okay, here we are then.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Now, it's whether we try and switch up the strategy a little bit here. I do think we've got multiple options here. But yeah, I think the hard tyre is going to be the way to go. Maybe we switch it around though and go for hard, then medium. What can I do here? Right, there we go. Remove that stint. Yeah, something like that. Come in lap 13, get onto those hard tyres. I think the undercut is going to be massive, so let's try and pull that off. But yeah, I'm nervous for this because obviously we've had some terrible performances recently. I think we need to get back into the points here and show what we're about. These tyres nice and warm. Oh wow, nearly went into the back of Colapinto on the formation lap there. Just letting Norris back through now. Norris is obviously well out of position.
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions look good.
It's me. Hoping that's not this close in the actual race. Obviously overtaking is quite tough, which is, you know, why I'm starting on these medium tyres. Try and make some moves early doors and get in. And I imagine there's going to be quite a few two-stoppers today. Obviously there's a high chance of a safety car and red flag as well, which will certainly make things interesting. But we've got some soft tyres in the bank. Should have 2 brand new sets available to us throughout this race. Got the new set of hard tyres as well. So, you know, if these mediums last longer than we're expecting, we could potentially convert to a 2-stopper with 2 soft tyre stints, but that would feel risky and unnecessary. I think 1 stop, stay out of trouble, and get to the checkered flag. That's the main thing right now, obviously. DNF in Italy. DNF in Zandvoort. It was an awful race in Zandvoort, wasn't it? And DNF in Azerbaijan. Wasn't a DNF in Italy, was it? It was just sort of very slow race from us due to the rain and all of that. So that's why that went wrong. But yeah, we need to finish this race really and hopefully finish inside the points. That's the plan anyway. And that's a very good stopping position.
Nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts.
Envisaging a nice run into turn 1 down the middle of this grid. Here we go. Lights out, away we go here in Singapore, and it's a very good start off the grid. The envisaging worked beautifully, and we head round the outside of Doing into turn 1. We've got our signs now into turn 2, and we are through up into 10th place. That is the perfect getaway for us. And now got a chance on Gasly, and if we can get past him, that's a cork in the bottle. That is done. He's usually somebody that holds on to the back end of the top 10, but slows you down. So we're just behind Alex Albon here. Now, in with very good chance in this race. Antonelli, there's a few cars ahead. Obviously thinking about the battle for fourth in the Constructors, but realistically, you know, our car performance, our resources, I don't think we've got enough to take those guys on in the rest of the season. Russell is leading the charge in that. He's in P2 at the minute. He's chasing down Max Verstappen, so yeah, but perfect first lap for us, really. Getting into the points, and now with a bit of a chance to try and look after the tyres a little bit, and well, let's see what we can do. Okay, lap 4 of this Grand Prix. We're still following Alex Albon around. He's dropped off the back of Lewis Hamilton quite a lot, but yeah, we're just sort of staying with him, similar pace, not really pushing too hard, trying to look after the tyres somewhat, because tyre weight is going to be a big issue in this race, and if you can be on top of it, I think that's going to really help. And okay, we are planning to come in a couple of laps earlier than is perhaps optimal, but that means we're going to have to be in a good rhythm for the hard tyres later on. But looks like Albon's tyres are going off a little bit. I don't think he's folded us up too much, so I worry if we did pass him, he would just come straight back past. But the main thing is, you know, stay within DRS. That's going to be what helps our race time as much as we can. But P9 for now. Interesting thing is that Norris has got to within a few car lengths of this battle as well, so he's definitely going to be one to keep your eye on throughout this race. Well, we are catching up to Alex Albon now, and I think this is a possible chance here to get past him. We're definitely faster at this point. I think it is worth trying to get past him. Yeah, try and force him deep there. Didn't really work. Yeah, that was the first real chance we had on him. You can see how far the top 7 are at the minute ahead of us. Albon is a bit of a cork in the bottle at the moment. This is exactly where we can find a little bit with an undercut and massively help. We don't want to push too hard and lose a front wing or something like that, because we're trying weird lines. Right behind him now. This is going to be another great chance. A little bit of the curb, meaning that our exit was compromised there. DRS open. It looks like Albon's using his energy in a defensive manner. Again, just not quite working out for us. We're still following him round, still 23 laps to go after this one, so a long way to go, and realistically we're not going to go and catch Lewis Hamilton, so this is going to be the position that we're fighting for come the end of the race, and really Lando Norris is probably going to pass us, isn't he, before then? This is a battle for 9th come the end of the race. Well, this is the closest we've been. Albon use an overtake. This is going to be the chance. We're going to go around the outside here of Alex Albon, and we are through.
Good job.
Right, let's
nice
see
overtake.
how much pace we've actually got in free air now. Well, we're on lap 11. You can see we're about 2 seconds ahead of Pierre Gasly, who was the car behind us before. He's managed to make it past Alex Albon, so Albon now dropping down the order a little bit. We're just looking after the car quite nicely. It's not too bad, really. I think it helps that we're now sort of in clear air and want to go at our own pace. Realistically, it's going to be another couple of laps, and then we're going to be in onto the hard tyres, and we should really be able to make the hard tyres work. A more durable tyre, lower fuel, and hopefully much clearer air than what we've had to deal with in this stint.
Okay, gap ahead, 7.7 seconds.
Once those go past 50%, it's going to be tough to keep the pace up. But it's looking pretty good right now. Well, we have a red flag.
Red flag. Keep the delta positive, and let's have you straight into the pit lane, please.
So that's interesting, because that means we are getting a free pit stop here from 8th position. I don't know who it is that is out of the race.
We've done all right so far, but this is a chance to take a breath. We've got another half of this race to go, and there's still a big opportunity there.
Yeah, straight onto the hard tyres now. Everybody else, presumably, will now go onto the medium tyres. And will they be able to go? Because we're restarting on lap 16. So I guess people will probably be able to just do it now. But we're going to be on the hard tyres. We should have decent tyre wear.
Deja vu here, but there's a good opportunity to get this
No idea who was out there. Lights out, away we go for the second start here at Singapore. And it's a decent getaway off the grid, and we are past Kimi Antonelli into turn 1 now. Got Lewis Hamilton on our outside. And we are through quite nicely there.
Remember to adjust your ERS mode and your MFD if you need to.
Now, where are we up to? We're on hot lap mode. Let's use a little bit of ERS here. There goes Lewis Hamilton, and he might have a little look around the outside here. But we are up to 6th place here. Nobody has to pit. This is going to be essentially a zero-stop strategy in this race now. That is a big advantage.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
I guess we'll see how it all turns out come the end of this race, but will people on medium tyres be able to get there? Or will they be really struggling come the end? I think they'll be really struggling. but I don't think we've got the pace to keep Hamilton and Antonelli behind anyway. We probably don't have the pace to keep up with Piastri, certainly not if we make mistakes like that. Hamilton's going to be right on the back of us here as we have DRS enabled at the start of lap 17 of this race.
Now online. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.0 seconds.
Yeah, I'm glad I delayed coming into the pits for one lap because we were going to come in on that previous lap. But the tyres were feeling good. We were in a good place. There goes Lewis Hamilton. We're just going to let him through.
Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down a place.
Now, I don't know if Pierre Gasly is going to be faster than us, or if it was just a case of he had okay hard tyres and we had very worn medium tyres. Maybe that's why he was able to close in on us in those last laps before the pit stop. Oh, very deep there. Okay.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Already out of DRS to Lewis here. George Russell currently leading. That certainly wouldn't have been happening had the red flag not come out. There goes Kimi Antonelli, he's through. Trying to be sensible about this, knowing he's not really in our battle today. There'll be opportunities later down the line at tracks that suit us a little bit better, I would imagine. This isn't one of them. Well, we got some yellow flags now. What is going on here? I think it's Piastri. Virtual safety car is out.
Virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta.
I think that is, yeah, Piastri is out of the Grand Prix.
Okay, we've
safety
got a
car.
course caution. The safety car's out. Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down, maintain positive delta. Right,
This
drop
is
your speed.
gonna
Our
bunch
delta's
everybody
too
up.
low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Now, the front four may well have an opportunity to come into the pits here. So we'll keep an eye on them. If they come in, that might signal that everybody else is going to come in. But I think track position is going to be king here. I really do. Now, we've managed to stay with Antonelli and actually, you know, stay pretty close to him. And nobody coming into the pits, so... Oh, Hamilton's in. Hamilton is in. It's going to bring Colapinto up into 8th place. We are currently 6th. That's a pretty amazing result if we manage to pull that off. Now, it looks like most of the bottom order have come in. They're going to try their hand on soft tyres. Now, I think that's a very tough decision to make, isn't it? And look how far Hamilton is. You know, on a track where there's not a lot of overtaking opportunities, that's going to be very, very difficult to manage. So, yeah, I think track position is going to be vital here. I reckon the safety car won't come in this lap. It'll probably be next lap. Now, it was saying pass Antonelli there, wasn't it? But not anymore. Stay behind Antonelli. So we're probably going to have 2 or 3 laps behind the safety car. It certainly won't be in this lap. Maybe in next lap. Probably not the lap after. So it's going to be this lap and the next lap, I would imagine. A very quick safety car period to come in now. So yeah, I guess now would be your time to come in if you were going to come in. This is your sort of last opportunity to do so. Nobody taking that chance. So we've got George Russell leading this race, Charles Leclerc in second, Verstappen third, Tsunoda fourth, then Antonelli, then we're sixth, followed by Gasly, then Colapinto. I imagine Lando Norris is in the top 10, although I can't see him. It looks like Albon is maybe in P9 and then Norris in 10th, so he's not made the progress I would have expected him to. Quick look at tyre wear. It's looking okay, actually. Oh, we had 2 new sets of mediums. That's interesting, isn't it? So we could have come in and put on another set of mediums. But I think those tyres will pass to the end now. So I'll see you for the restart when that inevitably happens. In this lap then. We're heading into hot lap mode. George Russell.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again.
He's managing the pace.
In this lap. When the field accelerates,
struggling to get these front tyres up to temp, so this could be a dangerous moment in this race for an incident. And here we go, we're getting ready to rock and roll here. We are underway once again here in Singapore. And we have got 8 laps to go in this race. Now, we were managing to stay quite nicely with Kimi Antonelli before. Will we be able to do that again?
The car ahead starting to create a gap. They're just starting to pull away from us now.
So George Russell is leading the race. So 25 points potentially for Mercedes in their battle. They're only 1 point behind us in the championship for 4th place.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
We'll see if we can get ahead of Antonelli. That will help claw a few points back for us, but we need to get past him first. Well, this could be a good chance on Kimi Antonelli here. A little bit like Albon before. You know, managed to stay nice and close. It's probably the closest we've got to him. But I'm not gonna push too hard there. Oh, that was a big lock-up. Just get a little bit of ERS back in the tank to go on another attack. Sort of took us by surprise there, I think, of how close we were able to get. I don't... Oh dear, that wasn't good. That might give Antonelli enough breathing space to be out of our DRS, and he is. Wow. So that is a perhaps race and championship changing mistake there. We've got 4 laps to go here. This could be a good chance on Antonelli. So why don't we just give it one more lap? But might not get as close as this again. Yeah, I just don't think we've quite got enough there. So I'm thinking let's charge up the ERS this lap. And have a push next lap if we're close enough. Certainly through the corners, we seem to have more pace than Kimi here. Colapinto's also managed to get past Pierre Gasly as well. So more points in the bag for Toyota. Thinking one more lap of charge.
1.8 seconds.
And we should be within range. So I'm not going to use any ERS on this straight, just going to allow it to charge up. Penultimate lap, we can have a go at him.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Use this DRS zone and then the start-finish straight to try and close up here. 2 laps to go. Everything needs to be perfect here if we are to get Kimi Antonelli. And this is pretty good. If we can stay within this range, gonna have an almighty chance here. Just caught a little bit of curb, but I think we'll be okay. No, not close enough. Not close enough, so we'll have to leave it until the final lap of the race. It's that one catch of the curb in that first sector. That was our issue there. Wow, Hamilton has made it up to 8th. That just shows new tyres are performing really, really well. He may even get past Colapinto by the end. So we'll stick with the action now all the way to the finish. Pretty close, but it's staying this close. Through that first sector, that's where we have to stay close. Just gonna have a quick touch of overtake to try and just get even closer here. Try and stay off the curbs. Little touch of overtake. Flight into the final corner. This is pretty good.
Okay, this is your final lap.
This is a good run. So now it's all about this next corner. Got to keep it on the tarmac. And that's pretty good. Can't do much better than that. And this is the closest we've been to Antonelli. DRS is on. Overtake is on. but we're just nowhere near. So we're going to have to try and get him in another area of the track. But that's the best overtaking point. We can see how quick Hamilton is. Look how quick Hamilton is. He is now right on the back of Franco Colapinto. I don't think there's any overtaking spots on the track for Hamilton. We might try something on Antonelli here. Right, ERS open. DRS open. Come on. Next straight is going to be our best chance. This is going to be a last lap dive down the inside, and we are through. That is awesome. Somehow, Max Verstappen has won the Singapore Grand Prix. We're going to come round. Charles Leclerc has a 10-second penalty. We're up to the line. That's going to put us up into fourth place. I don't know why Leclerc has a 10-second penalty, but that was a very productive final lap. We got very close to Antonelli, threw it down the inside, made the corner. But more importantly, we managed to get past Leclerc. And that's amazing.
Victory for Max Verstappen.
5 wins in a row. That is an incredible achievement. I don't know if anyone can stop them at this stage in the game. What a great job.
What a day it's been for Formula One, and what a day it's been for these 3 drivers. Time for the podium celebrations. Time for our drivers to celebrate. One of the all-time greats celebrates yet again. It's another podium, it's another top step for Max Verstappen.
Well, that was pretty amazing, wasn't it? Some great overtakes in that Grand Prix, and a big recovery considering where we were at. Very, very happy with that. That was so good.
And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
So we managed to get ahead of Antonelli. Colapinto finishes in 6th. Russell loses out on those 25 points. That's a big swing in our favour, you would say, in the championship. We weren't that far behind Yuki Tsunoda, so maybe if we'd made the move on Antonelli earlier, perhaps we could have had a go at Yuki. But what a race that was. Now, I want to find out what happened to Charles Leclerc. Bortoletto and Doohan, they had warnings for collisions. Hülkenberg had a severe collision with his teammate, 5-second penalty there. Charles Leclerc, corner cutting, gained 1 place, 10-second penalty for him. We just had the one warning in the whole Grand Prix. Wow, corner cutting, gained 1 place. That never happens, does it? What's happened at the time there? That's I guess with a red flag, that's all sort of messed up, hasn't it? But there you go, 57 minutes 45. It was a long one. It always is in Singapore, but it's worth it when you come out with points like that. Quick look at the championship standings then. That's very good to see, isn't it? That we stay within 7 points of Mercedes. It's really rejuvenated my motivation for the rest of this season to get ahead of them. Colapinto was up there as well. You know, we got some good points there, didn't we? Some really, really good points. But yes, we will continue on. Crazy that Leclerc had that 10-second penalty for corner cutting. Unbelievable. 10k off for cost of repairs throughout the race. We are just behind Mercedes there. Our fan rating is going to go up. Sentiment has increased as well, which is all good. Nice. Yeah, they've got to be happy about that, haven't they, the fans? But we will head back to the main menu. We've got some really, really exciting races lined up for you from now until the end of the season. We have got the United States Grand Prix. We have then got Mexico, I believe. Let's just head into this. I assume that's going to be, yeah, happy days.
So, this is where you can see...
That's not what I wanted. I wanted season results. Is it results? There you go. So yeah, season results. That's a big improvement on where we've been for such a long time. Best results since Hungary. And I tell you what, Franco Colapinto, he has been so consistent this season, hasn't he? He really has. And actually, there's only China where we didn't score points as a team, I think. China and Azerbaijan. So, you know, we've had a very consistent season as the Toyota outfit. But yeah, we've got USA, then Mexico. Brazil is going to be a good opportunity. Las Vegas, you would think, is going to be a decent opportunity with our straight line speed. Qatar is always fun. And then finishing things off in Abu Dhabi. But it's going to be an intense run to the end of the year against George Russell, who himself is in fantastic form. 2 second places in a row. I don't quite know how he's not managed to beat Max Verstappen there, but just shows Verstappen is almost unstoppable in this season. The only time he was stopped was Yuki Tsunoda finishing ahead of us. I mean, we should have won the Belgian Grand Prix. Tsunoda managed to get us on the last lap. He won the race. Verstappen somehow finished second despite starting last in that race, if I remember correctly. So Verstappen, every race he's finished, he's virtually won bar one. So that is just insane. I mean, he's 170 points ahead in the standings. I would imagine he's very, very close to stealing the deal. Especially because Norris's form has fallen off a cliff recently as well. Piastri has really not done well as of late. So, yeah, really interesting. But we will be back next time out for the US Grand Prix. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. If you have, then give it a massive thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. And goodbye.